right, we'll give the stream just a second here to get caught up in both platforms, get synced up here, but we should be going live now. So it should be getting audio and video now. All right, we'll be going over today's place and be going over the market and what to expect the rest of the week. All right, let's get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for July 26th, 2021. We got about 2.5 minutes left before the close, so we'll get to see what the final numbers are. Q's gonna close here basically flat. SPY up 0.2 and IWM also up about 0.2. Coming into today, we talked about how Q's and SPY were bullish, but the IWM was bearish. Was in this daily downtrend, as you can see pictured here. Okay, but Q's and SPY bullish. Coming in today, just not really good time to start new longs. Okay, we had a small gap down initially on the Q's and SPY, and then the IWM was gapping up a little bit this morning. So if you were trading with me this morning, the big question, kind of looking a little bit further out, was can the IWM in the downtrend by taking out, it'd have to take out this pivot, doesn't have to be today, but eventually, and then it would sync back up with the Q's and SPY. Whereas right now it's kind of been the clear weaker of the three. So we'll be looking to the IWM this week. If this turns around, is able to take out today's high, more neutral on the IWM, next entry would be bullish. And if the IWM turns bullish, then we'll have all three synced up like we did earlier in the year. Okay, so that'll reduce some of the conflict between the three. Okay, so that would be just all out bullish across the board on all three, and that would reduce the divergence we've had. Okay, so that's the main thing to look forward to. In a couple of days, we do have Apple, Microsoft, Visa, so we're going to see some big components in the Q's and SPY be reporting. So we are expecting those to have a big impact, but I mean, Q's and SPY, hard not to be anything but bullish on these. We may get a pause or a pullback, but I'm not expecting it to be a very deep pullback or necessarily a very long pause. Okay, so bullish overall, and IWM especially in focus here for the rest of the week. Okay, let's go over today's place. So HAS, one of the favorite gap ups. I liked it a little bit more when it's gapping just to 95.20 or so. Gave us room. That gave us room to about 97.50. But it did increase the gap. That made it a little bit trickier because it was gapping up to resistance. Ended up taking out the resistance right off the bat. So that opening range was okay. Over 98.40 or so. 98.40 puts it, right at like about to clear there. So that was pretty good on the HAS. I did miss this one on the HS, even though it was a favorite. And it was the only favorite that, it was the only other favorite that set up this morning. Okay, was the HAS. And that was a good gap. Here's the first breakout. And then I passed on this 2-minute breakout. Okay, because I thought it was already up a bit too much. You see, it did get some follow through after that. Now, the reason this is the other favorite that set up this morning was because the ATIP. Now, the ATIP, which I tried to stress this morning, is a mega gap, could go either way. Okay, whereas the HAS, okay, clearly this is a pro gap up. We're only bullish on this. This one I said could go either way because it's a huge gap. Only needed to gap to 740 or so, so gapping far beyond the break of support and beyond all reference points. Okay, so beyond all reference points. So the plan for this was could play long or short. And so ended up triggering long. Okay, so we got just a breakout of the 1 minute right here. 1 minute, try to go lower and then break above. So 2 minute also with a high low there on the ATIP. So if you traded this with me, it was pretty nice. The only thing about this was that it did get halted. And once it got halted, killed the momentum in it. The good thing, it was a nice play already, and we had already taken most of the play before it got halted. It was just that last piece. I decided to kill it under 5. The entry was over 490, so the last runner piece didn't make much, but the first piece was not too bad. It was only a 30-cent stop. Well, less than 30. It was like 492 by 468, so it was like 25-cent stop. Okay, so this worked out pretty well, and that's why we were already past 2 Rs before it got halted. It's just once it got halted, that made it a lot trickier. So, you know, we've been seeing that happen quite a bit. We've had a lot more kind of volatile names, things going, moving quite a bit, but it does make it tough when that happens, because I had to kind of wait and then see what I want to do with the trail. So not the funnest, but at least it worked. Okay, on the ATIP. All right, so should be a big week for earnings this week. So hopefully you're looking forward to that. I thought today the focus wasn't so much the earnings, was all of the Chinese ADRs that were gapping down today. And so I think, you know, they'll probably still be playable and moving the next couple of days. But I'm hoping that with a lot of big names reporting, that's where our majority of our plays will come from. Okay, so that's really what I'm going to be focused on. All right, hope you did well today. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.